Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm EJ and you are watching a video of me on my YouTube channel. Well guys, thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Yes, I'm still here and I'm still making videos. But let me say real quick, this shit is kind of hard. Making YouTube videos is hard because oh my goodness, I'm not the most tech savvy person. So I can never get the lighting right for these videos. The lighting is a mess right now, but you know what? It's fine. We'll just keep it pushing. And also editing videos is such a chore. Who would have thought? It's so impossibly difficult to edit videos. But you know what? It's fine. I'm having fun making these, and I hope you guys are having fun watching them. So let's have a good time together, right? One of the hard things about making these YouTube videos as well is I haven't quite figured out all the little, I don't know, isms and rules and stuff of YouTube. I had two videos that I just uploaded a couple of days ago, a few days ago, and I had to take down both of those videos because they both got blocked for copyright issues. And it was reaction videos, me reacting to the first two episodes of About Youth, which is the new Taiwanese BL on Viki. I mean, I have always watched reaction videos on YouTube. So I'm like, how do people do it and not get in trouble for copyright issues? And I haven't quite figured that out yet. So I guess for right now, I am not going to be making any reaction videos until I'm able to figure out exactly how to do those videos and not get sued for posting content that is copyrighted. But in the meantime, there is still other content that I can do, which is what I'm doing right now with this video. One thing about the world of BL is you will never run out of content. There is a lot to work with. And I am gonna be taking advantage of that. So for today, I've decided that instead of a reaction video, I am going to do a sort of a review video of About Youth, which is the new Taiwanese BL on Viki, because why not? It's been really fun to watch so far. I've really enjoyed a lot of it. Well, I mean, I've enjoyed all the episodes that are currently out. And I want to kind of talk about it a little. But before we get further into this video, I just have to say real quick, spoiler alert. There will be spoilers in this video because I'm going to be going in depth as far as the characters and the story progression and stuff like that. So if you have not seen About Youth yet and you think you're gonna watch it and you do not like getting things spoiled for you, then I will suggest that you go ahead and mute this video playing on whatever device you have right now and turn away and go do something else while the video plays in the background until it's done so I still get the views, okay? So yes, spoiler alert. Do not go any further if you do not want spoilers. So talking about Youth today, I'm going to kind of have three little categories for my little review thing that I'm doing today. And in the first category, I'm going to talk about my first impressions of the show. And then for the next category, I'm going to talk about each of the main characters of the show and their story progression and things like that, which is where most of the spoilers will be. So beware of that. And you can kind of skip over that section if you don't want to get the spoilers. And lastly, I will talk about my personal rating of the show and whether I would recommend it or not. Please take some time right now to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there on your screen. And go ahead and give me a like too, because it's gonna be a good video, okay? Oh, by the way, big shout out to so many of you. Y'all really came through for me and I feel so grateful, honestly. I'm still completely super new to this, but I released my first 2 videos literally like a week ago. And within the first like 2 days after I released those videos, I went from 3 subscribers to 17 subscribers, which I know isn't a lot, okay? Like 17 is not a lot, but I just felt so happy, you know? I felt so good because I was like, oh my goodness, I went from 3 to 17 in literally 2 days. I love it. So shout out to those of you who really came through for me. I really appreciate it. And I really hope you enjoy my content. And if you don't enjoy it, I hope you keep watching it anyway, just to give me the views. Y'all really made me so happy. And you know what? You can make me even more happy now by hitting that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I'm watching you. I see you. Well, enough talking. I don't want to take away from what we're actually here for, which is talking about BLs and shit like that. So let's get into today's video. This is the new Taiwanese BL out on Viki right now about youth. Let's get in. First impressions. So I have to confess, I never actually watched the trailer for this show. I came across the show on Viki after a little while of being away from Viki due to like moving and shit. I just moved from Utah all the way to Atlanta, and that was kind of like, I don't know, it was a whole thing trying to get all of that situated, and so I didn't get on Viki for a little while. But I finally just got on Viki a few days ago, and I went straight to the BL category and went to go look for all the new BLs that came out, and I came across About Youth. And this is such a weird thing, I know, but I rarely ever watch trailers of BLs. Like before I actually watch the BL, like most of the time I end up watching them like during the show, like while I'm watching the show, or like even after I'm done watching the show, which is such a weird thing, I know. But that's what happened with this one. I did not watch the trailer. I still have not seen the trailer. Okay, so first impressions, I was excited, honestly. I am kind of into Taiwanese BLs. I really enjoy Taiwanese BLs. I always have. Some of my absolute favorite BLs are Taiwanese, and actually even some of the very first BLs I ever saw are Taiwanese. So I kind of have a soft spot in my heart for Taiwanese BLs. Just off the top of my head, some of my favorite Taiwanese BLs are Heaven Official's Blessing is an animated BL on Netflix, and I really enjoyed that one a lot. And there's also 刻在我心里的名字, which is Your Name Engraved Herein. That is a movie, a Taiwanese movie, and it's so good. I really like that movie. I don't know if I pronounced all of those words right, but I really enjoyed that movie, except for the end. I really hated the end, but it was a good movie. The history BLs, oh my goodness. I have seen every single one of the history BLs. Actually, History 2 Crossing the Line was one of the very first BLs I ever saw, and I absolutely love that BL. History 3 Make Our Days Count, that one scarred me for life. And I still cannot get over it. I will never forgive the producers or whoever, I don't know, whoever the fuck they were, I will never forgive them for what they did in that show. It scarred me for life, and it's remained with me until now. And then there was History 4 Trapped. I think Trapped was 4, or no, History 3 Trapped. I really liked Trapped. Trapped was a really good one as well. I guess History 4, the newest one, that's the one that I don't really like so much. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like there's the one couple that I really liked, but then the other couple was just really weird because first of all, one of them was a minor and the other one was a fully grown ass man. Also, the minor was a stalker, and also the minor who was a stalker was brothers with the fully grown ass man that formed a couple together with him. And I mean, I guess they're brothers, whatever, but still brothers. It's weird. It's given Sweet Home Alabama, and I just could not get behind it. I was not into it at all. So there were just things that I couldn't really get behind because like the other couple, I still really liked them. They were fun, but there were even things in that couple that were like borderline non-consensual and kind of uncomfortable. So that one was just a really weird one. History 4 is not my favorite, but I enjoy a lot of Taiwanese BLs. They're just really great. And oh my goodness, I just went off on a whole last tangent. I'm supposed to be talking about youth, and here I am going off on a whole last tangent about Taiwanese BLs. Anyway, Taiwanese BLs are great. Okay, so I was excited for this one, for this about youth, because Taiwanese BLs are great. But yeah, like I said, I did read the summary for about youth before I started watching it. Honestly, from reading the summary of the show, I wasn't like crazy excited or anything. I didn't think it was gonna be anything wow or crazy or whatever, just because, well, let me explain what I mean. Reading the summary, I felt like there wasn't anything super original or like different. The storyline wasn't anything original. Like it's something that's probably been done before. It's something that's pretty typical. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. Like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Insert RuPaul. You ain't gotta reinvent the wheel. But yeah, you don't have to like come up with something crazy and extravagant and completely out of the box and completely different. If you can, great. If you can't, that's fine, because it can still be entertaining. You can still find ways to make it entertaining and still make it like something that people are super into. So the fact that the storyline didn't seem too original, it did not deter me. I was still excited to watch the show and to give it a shot anyway. As far as first impressions go, I was moderately impressed, but extremely excited because it's a Taiwanese BL, and why the fuck not? Let's get into the main characters of the show. The first couple I'm gonna talk about, they're not the main characters, but I guess they're sort of like the second middle characters. But they're Ray Ray and Jen. Ray is best friends with Ye Guang, who's one of the main characters, and Jen is friends and bandmates with Shu Qizhang, who's the other main character. So Jen, he was kind of like a friend and a support to Ray when Ray had been stood up and dumped by a pedophile. And just Jan being there for Ray kind of started that whole love story between them. I will say this, I was really mad when Jan and Ray went to go thrash the motorcycle of the pedophile who stood Ray up, and they didn't go on with it. I was so mad. I was like, why? Let's do this. Let's trash this motorcycle. Bitch, I was ready.
I was motherfucking ready. I was ready to do so.
They literally got all the way there to the motorcycle and we're about to whack the thing with a hammer, and then all of a sudden Ray was like, oh, I guess I'll take the higher road. And I was like, ugh, bitch, I was fucking ready. Like, let's go. Let's break this whole shit down. But I was like, I guess you can take the higher road. I guess you can be the better person. Whatever. Anyway, they started spending more time together and growing their feelings for each other until Ray kissed Jan while they were hanging out one day. And Jan was kind of into it at first, but then he pulled away and was like, I don't think I'm ready. And then Ray got all mad and went away and cut off all communication with Jan. I think Ray has some serious anger issues because, oh my goodness, like Jan literally tried forever to try to get back in touch with Ray, and Ray just fully ignored him. It was given Adele at whatever the fuck sport event that was that she was at. But Ray just ignored this man. And then Ray also got really mad when Ye Guang didn't really tell him about the little thing that he had going on with Shu Qizhang. I think Ray just had some anger issues, but it's fine because I still like him. He's fun. Ray is great. I absolutely love Ray. They have made up right now, Ray and Chan, and I'm excited to see how their love progresses. By the way, the show isn't done yet. We're only 6 episodes in, and there's 8 episodes total. So we're almost there, almost at the finish. I think we just have 3 more days until the end of the show. So maybe I'll make another video and update you guys on everything at the end of the show, but for now we'll just keep it going with this. And now, of course, we have our 2 main characters, the main couple, the main love story, Ye Guang and Shu Qijang. First of all, Ye Guang, he's Mr. Popular at their school. I mean, he's super good looking, which, let me just say this real quick, every single character in this show is so fucking beautiful. Like, why they have to do that? Honestly, I think y'all can find some normal, basic looking ass people and make them actors or whatever. But y'all had to go find all the pretty ones. Like, don't make things so hard on us all the time. Ye Guang is like one of those people that you would call an ace because they're literally just good at everything. Kind of like Jungkook from BTS. But Ye Guang, he is so good at school, he has really good grades, he's popular, he plays the piano, he even sings a little. I mean, he literally has everything. And he's so beautiful too. And he has some amazing English speaking skills too. So he's just perfect. And he's running for student body president too. Sir, save some for the rest of us, okay? But yeah, what more could you ask for? Except we find out as the show progresses that none of those things is anything that he actually wants for himself. He has all these things because of the pressure that he gets from his parents and because of the way his parents push him to achieve all these things. But we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Let's talk about Shu Qijang. So Shu Qijang is a bit less popular. Oh, and let me say this real quick, because when I was reading the summary, I was kind of expecting Shu Qijang to be some kind of like an extremely awkward loser. I mean, the summary doesn't exactly say that directly, but that's the idea that I got from reading it. I don't know. Am I crazy? Like, if you're watching this, go read the summary and tell me what you kind of expected for Shu Qijang's character. But he was the complete opposite of that, honestly. I mean, he wasn't as popular as Ye Guang, but he had amazing social interaction skills. That's what I think anyway. I mean, he is far from a loser and most definitely far from being socially awkward. I would say Ye Guang and Shu Qijang are quite different. This is true. The summary did get that right about the characters. But to be honest, I think Shu Qijang probably has better social interaction skills than Ye Guang does. I think so. I mean, he was witty enough to think of that not so funny vampire joke that he that he told when he had his first real encounter with Ye Guang. But I don't know, he was just really good at keeping conversations flowing. Conversations with everyone, not just with Ye Guang. He just had a really nice conversation flow. And he had a whole ass secret life where he was the lead singer in a band. And it was a good band too. Their music was good. I was living for it. It was very unexpected. I wasn't really expecting that from him, but I enjoyed it. And it was a twist. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like he had like a hidden personality that only comes out at night when he goes to the club. You know, yeah. Kind of like me. The love story between Ye Guang and Shu Qijang started on a rainy night when Ye Guang was kind of sad. He was really sad because he didn't get into a school that he wanted to get into, but then he came across Shu Qijang, who was literally just sitting outside crying in the rain. And then he gave his umbrella to Shu Qijang. And I mean, Shu Qijang remembers that night, and that's when he started his love story. But I don't think Ye Guang remembers, or maybe he does. I don't really think he does. But for Ye Guang, the love story starts on Ye Guang's birthday when he's super lonely because his parents went away on a trip or whatever, and he didn't have any friends with him, and he was all by himself on his birthday, and then every single unlucky thing that could possibly happen to a person was happening to him because this man stepped in shit. He got his bike stolen, and he had some gutter water pouring all over him until Shichijang came along, the knight in shining armor and the hero of the day. And Shichijang was there to save the day for him and make everything better and give him egg soup and tell a not so funny vampire joke and give him a ride on a scooter. It was cute. It was a really cute and fun start to the love story. Well, their love progressed rather quickly, honestly. I mean, it's just an 8-episode show, so what would you expect? And the episodes are only 20 minutes long. But what I really enjoy about these two characters is as they spend more time together, you actually start to notice that Shichijang is the more outgoing and more forward. I don't know the right word to use, but just the person that takes the initiative more, while Ye Guang is actually a bit more shy and more reserved, and more like the awkward one. And I think it's cute. I think it's such a really fun twist to the personalities that you wouldn't expect. At least based off of the start of the show and the summary and whatever it is. I will say this, I think the writers did an amazing job with the progression of the story. It feels natural, somewhat natural anyway. I mean, it's still a show, but it looks like something that's a bit more likely to actually happen in real life than what you would see in most BLs these days. So I really enjoyed that, and I think the writers did a really good job with that. They just have a really wholesome and really just refreshing relationship, and I love it. I'm into it. I'm really looking forward to the last 2 episodes. I know Shichijang is running against Ye Guang for student body president, and Ye Guang still has the whole issue with his parents who are super controlling and super just not really practicing the best parenting. But I think those could be the 2 things that cause conflict for the last 2 episodes. I'm excited though to kind of see how the story continues to the end and how they overcome those conflicts. And OMG, we better get a kiss because we still haven't gotten a kiss yet. No kisses. We need kisses. Well, actually, we have gotten kisses from the other couple, Ray and Jen, but we haven't gotten any from the main characters. I mean, they're the main characters for a reason, so let's see some kissing, okay? Other notable characters in the show are the little boy that keeps trying to bully Ye Guang, even though it really seems more like he has a rivalry with himself because Ye Guang don't give 2 shits about him. Ye Guang's rich and ever not so present parents who are only present when they want to put so much pressure on him. Shichijang's bandmates and Shichijang's mother, who I think is so kind and so endearing, and Shichijang's dad, who has unfortunately passed away. In short, I'm really enjoying the show so far. I went in excited because I'm always excited to watch a new BL, but I wasn't expecting too much. But I'm happy with what I'm getting. It's not super spicy, and you're not gonna get a whole lot of kissing scenes or anything like that. You need to go watch Kin Porsche for that. Well, actually, and also Love in the Air, the new Thai BL. You'll get a lot of that in there. But it's very cute. I smile all the way through the show and I really enjoy it. I think it's really awesome. The show has an overall very chill vibe, which I'm really into personally. And I also have to give big props to the 2 main actors. They have done such an amazing job creating a beautiful chemistry with each other. They have amazing chemistry and I'm super into it. I'm sold because I mean, it's just that good between them. We still have 2 more episodes to go until the show ends, so maybe I'll make another video updating you after I've watched the last 2 episodes. But so far, I've really enjoyed it. It's really chill. I think it's safe and it's great. So a personal rating, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10, probably, just because I think there's nothing wrong with it. There's no negatives, but it's safe, so it doesn't earn the full marks, at least in my personal opinion. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comments. I will be glad to listen and to hear all about your thoughts on About Youth. Well, that's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way through with me. I think this is a really fun show, and you can watch it. It's available on Viki and on Gaga Ulala, so you can go check it out there. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a like. And you can also check me out on Instagram at Danny_EJAY and give me a follow. I would really appreciate that, honestly. But I will try my best to keep making these videos and to make them as fun and entertaining as possible. And I'll also keep trying to figure out the whole situation with the reaction videos. But in the meantime, I hope you do enjoy these ones where I talk about the shows. In the next video, I will be talking about Love Class, which is the new Korean BL that's also out on Viki right now. And I think you do not want to miss that one because I think that's a really fun one as well. So be sure to look out for that video, and I will see you then. Thank you guys. Love you. Bye.